Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, I'm back with Liana Jojua versus Miranda Maverick. Man, Miranda Maverick, she got it done and won over Liana Jojua after Jojua suffered a major cut on the bridge of the nose and couldn't continue due to the doctor stoppage after round one. And yeah, man, like I said, I felt like Miranda was going to make a big impression with this debut. Much like I felt, like I said in my prediction video, I feel like she was going to showcase the superior striking ability. Liana, her hands are okay, man, but like I said, she's a bit too slow, still a bit too stiff, flat-footed, and her main strength is on the ground. And like I said in my prediction, if Miranda chooses to keep this standing, it's going to benefit her. Because even after the post-fight, Miranda said that people didn't really look at her striking ability as being tough. But, like I said, I've seen it in Invicta. Like, if one thing's not working, she's going to go to the other. So she was able to pick her shots from the outside in this fight and just easily take the win. I just didn't see a grotesque cut opening up this early in the fight and, just causing a stoppage like that, and that's why I was saying whenever fighters have like very pronounced features, some of these features, they become huge targets, which I'll talk about in a minute. But right from the jump, man, both fighters, they started trading some nice straight shots. Liana, she was coming forward. She did land some nice counter right hands against the southpaw Miranda, which made me say, okay, Miranda has to start moving side to side. She can't stand in front of her. And Miranda, she started moving to her left, sticking that jab up the middle and following up with some nice straight left hands. And you can see the difference in hand speed. Liana did land some nice shots. And, she did wake Miranda up. She was kind of reddening her face up a little bit. So Miranda, she started adding in some nice kicks, switching up the striking variety so she could constantly touch Liana and keep her off balance, just keep her off rhythm. Liana is very planted, she's flat-footed. So when the leg kicks came in, it was kind of throwing her off. She had to protect upstairs, downstairs. The way Miranda was switching levels on her, it just had her a little bit more confused. Like, she was still landing a couple shots up straight up the middle, a little back and forth action here and there, but I feel like Miranda made a nice adjustment of timing and slipping out at an angle. Like every time she landed her shot, she would slip out at like a diagonal angle to get away from the right hand. And also she started landing some nice body kicks to really make Liana cut back on throwing the right hand. By now Liana was bleeding from the mouth, straight stream of strikes just come straight up the middle. But as Miranda was backing into the fence, Liana was step right in to what looked like was going to be an uppercut. But Miranda, she threw a big left elbow that opened up a big cut on the bridge of the nose, and it just disrupted the rhythm of Liana. Like, now she's bleeding from the mouth and nose, but I had to give it to her. She was still in there mentally. She was still trying to last. She was still game. But at the end of the round, when she sat down and the cut man, he attacked the cut, but there was really nothing he could do. Like, he just kept wiping it, but the blood kept pouring. And I could see, like, the ringside position. I could see how everybody in the corner was looking. They were watching closely. Like, they weren't even, like, trying to give her water or anything or get her to recover or giving out advice at that point. They were just, like, actually kind of worried about the cut. So when he kept wiping it and would stop, the doctor, he just stepped in. He stopped the fight, which to me, it was good. It was a good stoppage. The cut was in the worst possible place on Liana. And I think that even if they did, like, pack it, put Vaseline on it, it was still gonna open up, especially in that place where it is. And, Miranda, she couldn't miss. So it was just like a solid stoppage win, in my opinion. And it really showcased the striking accuracy of Miranda Maverick. And like I was saying, man, like, when fighters have like pronounced features, like, long nose, like a big bridge on the nose, if they have full lips, they have to take a better approach at defense. You got to protect those features at all costs. I've seen people with, like scar tissue where they have like the little puff over the eyelid, and that's like the first place where people attack. So you have to kind of adjust to whatever your body is. Like, if your nose is very susceptible to damage, you have to slip it. You have to slip more. I think Liana's too slow to stay in the pocket. She has to be a fighter that keeps better range where she can actually see shots coming, and she's gonna have to slip more. Don't block shots, because even if you block them, you're gonna take impact, and it'll still open up blood. That'll still open up cuts. So yeah, I feel like that's something for Liana and her team to really work on if they want to, really like tighten up on her hands. She's gonna have to work on her defense and how to protect that nose a lot better, man. As for Miranda, like I said, congratulations to Miranda. She made a nice debut. And, it's a solid win for her, because, like I said, it showcases what she can do, as far as her striking and, how accurate she is and the damage she can put on a fighter. But in order to make noise from here, she's going to have to, go in for those top 10 fighters, which she said after the post-fight interview. She said she wants a top 10 fighter, not sure on the name because she said she wants to get familiar with the names and, wants to adjust to the division. But like she said, eventually she wants, the fights that make sense that'll lead to a championship fight. And she said maybe in like 2 years she'll be there. So that's the kind of talk you want to hear. Like, you want a top 10 fighter and just go ahead and give us the layout. Top 10 fighter, 2 years from now you want to be fighting for the title. So we already kind of know your path. And that's the kind of talk we want to hear from a fighter. If they just say, I want to fight anybody, I fight anybody, I fight whoever, that's not really giving people a clear outlook on you want. Because if you fight anybody, that means, say if you're number 7, you'll fight like a number 20 fighter or unranked fighter or like a number 15, and that's not going to get you anywhere. So we know you're not going to really want a title shot, right? So if Miranda says in 2 years she's ready, then we know the path that she's going. She's going to be fighting top 10 fighters from here. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this one, guys. Like I said, it was a good stoppage, solid performance by Miranda Maverick. Shout out to Miranda again. Definitely looking forward to more fights for her in the UFC. Let me know, guys, in the comment section what y'all think about Liana Jojua, what she needs to do as far as her defense, and who you want to see Miranda Maverick fight from here. I might actually do a separate video on that, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.